Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. ECB rate decision is due later today. Analysis http ntvforex.com News ID DABBA 99102026 0549 AM Asia Market Update. Asia opened higher after US gains. US equity FUTs flat. ECB rate decision is due later today. General trend: Shanghai Composite rose by less than 0.3% during morning session. Consumer and property firms were among the gainers. Mutai rises amid broker comments. Banks lagged in early trading. Hang Seng paired opening gain. Property and financial indices decline. Technology shares rise after US gains. China declines in HK debut. Topics: Marine Transportation Index rises over 5.5%. Exporters in South Korea are dealing with soaring freight rates. Notes the lack of container ships. South Korean press: Australian resource and energy costs rise. Financials lag. China's Commerce Ministry MOFCOM sometimes holds weekly news conferences on Thursday. Headlines: Economic data. Australia New Zealand ASX 200 opened 0.4%. Victoria State. Australia reports 51 additional coronavirus cases v 76 prior. 7 additional deaths. Reserve Bank of Australia RBA skips offering to buy bonds v $2.0 prior. Australia September consumer inflation expectation survey 3.1% v 3.3% prior. NZ New Zealand July total card spending 7.0% v 19.1% prior. Retail card spending 7.9% v 1.2% prior. NZ New Zealand Debt Management Office DMO sells NZ $950M v NZ $950M indicated in 2024, 2031, and 2037 bonds. China Hong Kong Hang Seng opened 0.5%, Shanghai Composite 0.9%. CN China Xinhua speculative trading on the Chi-Next index should be curbed. Regulators will maintain zero tolerance for Chi-Next market chaos. CN China reported to increase oil, metal, and food in state stockpiles. Timing uncertain. Hawaii follow-up reported to unveil its updated Harmony OS due to increasing sanctions by the U.S. Announcement expected later today. September 10. Global Times ByteDance and U.S. government reportedly discussing alternatives that might allow TikTok to avoid a sale of its U.S. operations. Options could let TikTok operate without a full sale. A press: HK U.S. consulate staff living quarters sold for HK $2.57. Press: CN Russia and China reportedly discussing pushing forward local currency settlement to consider deepening cooperation between banks. CN Shanghai China said to tighten quarantine following asymptomatic case in Nanjing. CN China Bach open market operation. OMO injects 140 billion Chinese yuan in 7-day reverse repos. V injects 120 billion Chinese yuan in 7-day prior. Net inject 20 billion Chinese yuan. V net inject 100 billion Chinese yuan prior. CN China PBOC sets yuan reference rate 6.8331 v 6.8423 prior. Japan Nikkei 225 opened 0.7%. JP Japan Defense Min Kono expects snap parliamentary election in Oct. Japanese press: JP Japan reported to consider including Tokyo in the Goto travel campaign beginning in Oct. JP Tokyo virus panel decreases virus alert level by 1 level. Docomo 9437. JP said to suspend e-money services due to fraud. Effective as of Thursday, September 10. U.S. financial press: JP Japan July core machine orders 6.3% v 2.0%. EYY 16.2% v 18.1%. EJP Japan OG Tokyo average office vacancies 3.1% v 2.8% prior. JP Japan MOF sells a 1.2T v a 1.2T indicated in 0.40%. 20-year JGB's average yield 0.4080% v 0.4030% prior. Bid to cover 3.7x v 3.9x prior. Korea Kospi opened 1.2% KR follow-up. South Korea Finance Ministry issued $625 million in USD denominated 10-year notes. A700M in euro denominated 5-year bonds said to be the first time that a non-European country sold euro-denominated bonds with a negative yield. KR South Korea fourth extra budget to total KRW 7.8T. Other Asia ID Jakarta S. Governor announced that Jakarta will be back on full PSBB large-scale social restriction mode starting Monday, September 14 due to rising cases of COVID-19 and filling up of emergency hospital beds. North America US CDC beginning September 14, 2020, will remove requirements for directing all flights carrying airline passengers arriving from, or recently had a presence in, certain countries to land at one of 15 designated airports and halt enhanced entry health screening for these passengers. Europe AstraZeneca AZN.UK COVID-19 vaccine trials reportedly could resume next week. AFT UK EU reportedly sees a case for legal action versus the UK for infringement over internal markets bill. A Press UK OG RICS house price balance 44% v 25% highest since 2016. 12-month sales expectations turned negative in August. Levels as of 1:20 ET. Nikkei 225, 0.8%. ASX 200 0.1%, Hang Seng 0.1%, Shanghai Composite 0.4%, Kospi 1.1%, Equity S&P 500 Futures 0.1%, Nasdaq 100 0.1%, DAX 0.1%, FTSE 100 0.4%, EUR 1.1824 1.1800 Japanese yen 106.30 106 Australian dollars and 5 cents 0.7287 0.7261 NZD 0.6687 0.6670 Gold flat at $1,955 ounce. Crude oil 0.2% at $37.98 BRL. Copper 0.8% at $3.0307 pound. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me mt5.expert.advisors.